Copper, gold, and silver at new highs. The once-in-a-generation monetary reset has begun. The signal. Most people will miss something historic is happening, and almost nobody is paying attention. Copper is breaking records. Gold is at new all-time highs. Silver is waking up violently after decades of suppression. And yet the headlines are still talking about memes, politics, and celebrity nonsense. But make no mistake, when copper, gold, and silver move together, it is never random. It is not speculation. It is not a bubble. It is a signal that the system itself is changing. Because throughout history, from the fall of the Roman denarius, to the collapse of the gold standard in 1971, to the inflationary crises of the 1970s, major commodity breakouts only happen during monetary regime change. And monetary regime change only happens once in a generation. Most people alive today have never experienced one, but you are living through it now. Part 1. What is a monetary regime? Let's slow this down. A monetary regime is the invisible rulebook behind money. What backs it, how much can be created, who controls it, what it's actually worth. For most of human history, money was physical, scarce, hard to create, backed by metals, gold, silver, copper. Then came paper money, originally claims on metal, and finally, fiat currency, money backed by nothing except confidence. And confidence is a fragile thing. We've been living under one regime since 1971. In 1971, the United States quietly broke its final promise. President Nixon closed the gold window. The dollar was no longer redeemable for gold. From that moment on, money became debt currency, became political supply, became unlimited. And for over 50 years, that system worked. Barely. Because it relied on cheap energy, globalization, trust in governments, faith in central banks. Every one of those pillars is now cracking. Part 2. Why copper is screaming first. Let's start with copper. Because copper doesn't lie. Copper is not a store of value metal. It is not a hedge. It is not emotional. Copper is honest money. It is used in electricity, data centers, AI infrastructure, EVs, renewable energy, military equipment, construction. Everything modern civilization needs. When copper explodes, it tells us something very specific. The real economy is colliding with a broken monetary system. Copper is saying three things at once. 1. There is not enough real stuff. Years of underinvestment, ESG rules, mining shutdowns, and supply chain chaos have created scarcity. You cannot print copper. 2. Infrastructure demand is colliding with reality. AI, electrification, reshoring, defense spending, all require massive copper input. 3. Currency is losing purchasing power. When money weakens, hard assets rise, especially industrial ones. Copper rising is not bullish, it is warning sirens. Part 3. Gold, the judge of monetary failure. Gold does one thing, it exposes lies. Gold does not move because of fear. Gold does not move because of hype. Gold moves when trust collapses. And right now, gold is telling us something terrifying. Central banks no longer trust each other. Why this gold rally is different. This is not retail FOMO. This is not ETF mania. This is not gold bugs screaming. This is central banks buying quietly, nations repatriating reserves, countries hedging against sanctions, institutions preparing for instability, China, Russia, Turkey, India, Middle East. They are not buying gold for profit. They are buying insurance against a broken system. Gold only does this during regime shifts. Look at history. 1930s. Gold revalued after debt collapse. 1970s. Gold explodes after Bretton Woods fails. 2000s. Gold rises after .com and 9/11 shock. Gold is not predicting inflation. It is predicting monetary reset. Part 4. Silver, the most dangerous metal in the room. Now we come to silver. Silver is different. Silver is monetary, industrial, historically suppressed, chronically undervalued. Silver is the metal that breaks systems. Silver is money and a critical resource. Silver is essential for solar panels, electronics, medical equipment, military tech, EVs, semiconductors. But unlike copper, supply is shrinking. Inventories are thin. Mining is unprofitable at current prices. And unlike gold, silver has been heavily manipulated. Paper claims vastly exceed physical supply. This is a dangerous setup, because when silver breaks free, it doesn't rise politely. It explodes. Historically, silver outperforms at the end of cycles. 1970s, silver went parabolic. 2011, silver surged violently. Every inflationary regime shift ends with silver panic. Silver is the metal of loss of control, and control is exactly what central banks are losing. Part 5. Why this is a generational event. Here's the truth most people don't want to hear. You will not get many chances like this in your lifetime. Monetary regime changes happen maybe once every 40-70 years, often after wars or debt collapses, always with pain, confusion, and opportunity. Most people miss them, mock them, deny them, realize too late, because regime change feels slow until it isn't. Then it feels sudden. The signs are everywhere. Record government debt, weaponized currencies, sanctions replacing diplomacy, rising commodity nationalism, de-dollarization, gold repatriation, CBDCs being rushed, cash quietly disappearing. This is not coincidence. This is transition. Part 6. What happens next? Scenarios. Let's talk about where this leads, not predictions, paths. Scenario 1. Inflationary reset. Governments choose the easy path. Inflate debt away. Debase currencies. Punish savers. Protect debtors. Hard assets win. Cash loses. Wages lag. Scenario 2. Financial repression. Capital controls. Forced bond buying. Digital money restrictions. Emergency measures. Gold, silver, and real assets become lifeboats. Scenario 3. Disorderly reset. Currency confidence breaks. Markets freeze. Emergency reforms. New monetary framework emerges. This is where history is rewritten. Part 7. What this means for you. This is the most important part. This is not about getting rich quick. This is about preserving purchasing power, protecting your family, understanding the game. You do not need to panic, but you do need to think differently. During regime change, cash is no longer king. Bonds are no longer safe. Old rules stop working. Hard assets reassert themselves. Copper tells you the real economy is stressed. Gold tells you trust is dying. Silver tells you the system is unstable. Together, they tell you this is not normal. Part 8. The big lie people still believe. The biggest lie is this. This time will be different. It never is. Technology changes. Politics change. But human behavior does not. Debt always wins until it doesn't. Confidence always lasts until it breaks. Money always works until it fails. The window is closing. Let me leave you with this. Most people will only realize this was a once-in-a-generation moment after it's over. They will say, I knew something was wrong. I should have paid attention. Why didn't anyone warn us? This video is the warning. Copper, gold, and silver are not just prices. They are messages, and history is whispering before it starts shouting. If this video helped you think differently, if it made you uncomfortable, good. That's where awareness begins. Like, subscribe, and share this with someone you care about. Because once monetary regime change is obvious, it's already too late. Stay awake. Stay aware. This is Felix. See you next time.